Welcome back to another video. This is going to be my July trading recap, and this video is going to be a little bit different than my May and my June trading recap because I'm going to start this out with my 4 best trades from July, and then at the end of the video I'll go over my numbers and statistics from July. So my 4 best trades were all taken in the first minute, and all 4 of these trades I was in for less than 1 minute. So that's less than 4 minutes of total hold time, and I made over $4,000 on these 4 trades. So that just goes to show how powerful the first minute is, and if you can just catch your trade and then be done for the day, you can have a 1-minute work day basically. But it's a lot about putting yourself in the right position and knowing what's going to happen, because that first minute is very volatile. But if you can play percentages, a lot of times these 930 trades, if you take the right ones, can work out in your favor. So this first trade was from July 2nd, which is right here. And if you were trading Tesla back in June and July, you'd know that we broke out of this range, and then the next resistance point became this 700 number, and we were flagging here. And I took this trade on July 2nd, which was a Friday. So what was happening pre-market was at 8:30 we had the numbers came out about the amount of Q2 deliveries Tesla had, and you never know based off of the initial reaction, like what the market and what analysts and what big money thinks about, like what the news that just came out. And even if this is bad news, we can still see a pop right at open. So you got to put yourself in position for when there's volatile times to be able to manage your risk, but then like take a trade like this. So pre-market high was 686.25, but right after this news we had this crazy wick up, and then we pushed down. So right here, right before open, we were pushing up, and the high there was 679.45. So I was going to be playing the 680 cons right below the 680 cons, and if we can open near there and I get a trade over 679.5, I can catch a nice pop on these contracts and then just see what happens. And if it holds 680, maybe I can hold this for a longer play, or maybe I just take my profits. Alright, so I was going to be trading this over 679.5, and I was playing 5 of the 680 contracts. So if I can get an entry before the 680 break over 79.5, these 680 contracts can really pay. So right there we open right below 679. We come back up to 679.45, get over, and right there I get in. I get in 5 contracts, have a nice entry, and then we get over 680, get over 81, get to 82, and I just start selling. I cut 2 there to lock in profits. I'm up nice. Get over 83, but kind of reject there. So I sell another after seeing that, and now I'm just looking for a 682 hold. Now let's see what happens. Get below on the bid, and I cut 1, and then the ask gets below, and I cut another, and I was just out of the trade. 30-second trade, can't complain about that, making $630. Although I could have maybe held this longer. Sometimes you just want to lock in profits, especially on a Friday, and especially in the beginning of a month when you just want to have that cushion for the month. Alright, so my next trade was on July 30th, and this was another 930 Tesla trade. So what happened the day prior on July 29th, we had pushed like on a strong green candle with nice volume, and we made a high of day at 683.69, and we closed at 677.35. So we still had this 700 resistance point, but there was room to 700. So I wasn't expecting, but I knew that it was possible that we might push. And even if we don't push, I knew that there was a strong possibility that the first 5 minutes could see a pop to the upside. So pre-market high was 675. That was touched a few times, and then also 674.74 was touched. Okay, so this trade was a day that I I really wanted to trade Tesla because I thought that there was momentum there and I thought that we could push today. But it's one of those plays when there wasn't pre-market levels near where we were opening or pre-market high, so there wasn't a great entry point. So what I'll do a lot of times, if this goes red to green, I'll just take it over the 930 high, whether that's the first 10 seconds or 20 seconds. So right there we open and we stay below 672. And I get in right there over 672. I get a nice entry on 8 contracts. And now we're holding over 672. No reason to get out or sell anything. And I'm just waiting for a pop now. We get to 674 and my contracts are up really nice. I sell 3 there to lock in profits. See if we can get over 75. Get over 75 and now the contracts are really nice. They're up a lot. So we get to 676 and we kind of reject there. Sell a couple. So now I have 3 left and let's see if we can hold 74. Would have liked a 675 hold for another push to the upside, but I cut one there. Now let's see if we can hold 74. We drop 74 on the bid, and then I just completely sell out. So it's a really nice trade. I wasn't greedy on it, but I also gave it room for if it wanted to push more to the upside, I would also catch that. So these 930 trades are a fine line of locking in your profits super quick, but then also putting yourself in the position where then you can catch a longer play, and if this becomes a runner, then to catch it. So you can see now that this pushed up, but that huge wick was not a good sign, not something I wanted to be a part of. Alright, so this next setup kind of goes to show the different levels that traders are at, where I caught a really nice trade on this play, but there were some other traders and more advanced traders who had been doing this for a while who have seen really good setups like this, who knew how good of a setup this was and were able to actually capitalize, like really capitalize on this play. Because I caught a nice trade on this, but there was a lot more to be had. And if you had the foresight and if you've traded these big trades before, then you know how to manage them. But this was my best trade to date, but I still left a lot on the table. So ever since right here, July 6th, 2020 to July 2nd, 2021, so literally a year, because I took this trade on July 6th, 2021, we had been in this 2,900 to 3,500 range. And right here on April 30th, we had made an all-time high on Amazon at 35.54. So July 2nd, this is what got people excited, closed really strong, and we closed at 35.10. So we closed over 3,500, and then we had a 3-day weekend coming up where there was a good chance that we were going to see a push, and depending on where we opened and where pre-market high was, this could easily get to all-time high very quick. So pre-market high was 35.58. So a lot of traders were taking this over 35.35, and I was going to try to take this over 35.34. Alright, so going into open, we were holding 35.30, which was a really good sign, and I was trading 4 of the 3,600 cons. So I was ready to take this right at open over 35.34, but I just wanted to see what happened. Right here we open at 35.30. The 930 high is 35.32, so that could have been your entry, but I was just going to play this over 35.34. So right there, we're hovering, we're waiting, get to 35.32. Momentum starts to pick up, and right there I get in. I click buy, but I don't get filled right away. I get filled 4 seconds later because a lot of traders were trying to get in. I didn't have a great fill price, but I was just happy to be in the trade. So now we're over 35.35, and then the cons are up a lot. And I sell one right there just to lock in profits. We get over 35.40 to 45. I sell one there. Now let's see if we can get to 35.50 and all-time highs. I should really be holding these last two for a play over 35.50, but I sell one right there to lock in profits just kind of because I was up a lot. But if I was managing this based off the charts, I really should have held these last two for a play over 35.50. So now we're getting close to all-time high. and I take one off right before we break all-time high. And this was the biggest trade I had ever had. It was a 12% gain on my account. But look at this. We're still pushing. There's no reason to get out of this trade. We're only a minute 20 into open. We've already pushed 30 points. So I didn't really know how to manage this trade because I had caught a huge move, what I was used to. But on a setup that's this good, you really have to be ready and understand big picture that this can just rip. So once that this broke all-time highs, a lot of traders left one contract, two contracts, or had a couple contracts that they were just going to let run all day. And we ran today. All right, so this fourth trade was from July 12th, which was a Monday. And July 6th was a day that we broke over all-time highs. And July 8th, we had made a new all-time high at 37.60. And July 9th, the Friday, we had intraday resistance at 37.40. And today, pre-market high was 37.44. And we were in a tight range between 37.30 and 37.44. So here we go. We're going to open right around 37.44. We open. We actually opened right at 37.44, and then we pushed down. So this is a perfect setup for me. This is a red to green play, and I can trade this over 37.44. And I'm trading 3 3,800 contracts. So right there, we get back, we reject 37.44, and right there I get in, right as I see it on the ask, and I get filled 3 contracts. I had a good fill price, and immediately before we're even pushing, my contracts are increasing in money, and that's a really good sign that buyers are there. So then we pop, get over 37.50. I take one off there, and now I'm looking for a 37.50 hold, and I want to get a move to all-time highs. I'm not going to make the same mistake but the same thing that I had done the last time where I didn't let this completely run. So there I had cut another, and I had one left, and I wanted to see 37.50 hold, or else I was going to cut it. So there I'm looking at the ask. Then we drop, and right away I get out. So I followed my plan perfectly. I was really happy with this trade. It wasn't a huge move. I caught a really nice piece of it. But still, I managed this how I want to. And again, I put myself in position for a bigger trade. But I also followed my rules and followed my stop loss for once it broke below 37.50. So I managed this trade perfectly, and I was very happy with it. Now let's get into the fun stuff, which is my numbers from July. So I'll just get right into it. I took 47 total trades. I had 21 winners. I had 13 losers. And I had 13 break-even trades. That gives me a win rate of 61.76%. So anything above 60% obviously is a really good win rate. So then the next question is, what were my winners and losers? So my average winner was $437, and then my average loser was $138. So that's outweighing reward to risk more than 3 to 1. That's really good. People in theory for their trades try to have a 2 to 1 reward to risk. So to have my actual reward to risk be 3 to 1 is just really good. Something I should be very happy and proud of. I also paid, or my average break-even trade was 31 cents. And then my July total P&L, profit and loss, was $6,981. I started the month on July 1st with $11,967 in my account. So that's a month-over-month account growth of 58.34%. How could I not be happy with that? That's really good. Growing your account more than 50% in a month, obviously, it doesn't take a genius to know that that's very good. I was really happy with this month, but a stat that's even cooler than that I'm even more proud of was my profit factor. My profit factor for the month was 5.11. So a profit factor over 2 means that you're doing a really good job. But since my profit factor was over 5, that means that I was really doing a really good job at managing my downside risk and maximizing my upside reward. So I really didn't have any big losers this month, and I had far more winners than I had losers. So this was just a recipe to have a really good month, and I'm very happy with this month. So that's it for the video. If you guys have any questions or any comments or anything like that, just put it down below or send me a message. Any suggestions for the channel? I'm still kind of figuring everything out. Just let me know. I'm happy to make a video or do whatever you guys want. So just let me know. Leave a like if you want. And thank you guys for watching.